What is going on to all my lovely Aries? Butch here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. First and foremost, I want to wish you all a happy holiday. I hope you have full bellies and a full heart. Whatever you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, winter solstice, whatever else I'm missing, I just hope you surround yourself with love, and I wish that for you. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Aries? Let's get 3 more shuffles for Aries. All right, Aries, put your helmets on. I'm about to blow your mind. That's what I see. You'll get it in a minute. First thing I see, Aries, I feel like there's someone that you've kind of had your eye on, someone that you're just really drawn to. And I do feel like this is something that's been kind of brewing. So it could be someone you work with, someone you go to school with, could be a neighbor. But I feel like this is someone that you really had your eye on and you've really been interested, kind of waiting. I feel like the wait is over. And I feel like this person coming towards you in a huge way. I feel like this person opening up communication with you. I see them making the first move, Aries. And I feel like you're going to be surprised. This is what blows your mind. What's going to blow your mind is how much this person has been watching you as well. This person has been thinking about you. This person has been into you. And I feel like when they expose that to you, it's gonna shock you. I mean, they've been keeping this a secret with the 7 of Swords. Even though I feel like there's times when you feel like this person is kind of giving you the look, you weren't sure. Catching this person in the corner of your eye. This is just confirms it all. There's no room for misinterpretation here. I feel like when this person comes to you, it's gonna feel spontaneous. But trust me when I say this, I feel like they've planned it out. We have the Knight of Wands. It seems like a very spontaneous energy with that Sagittarius energy. And again, we have Aries with that 2 of Wands. It may seem spontaneous, but they know exactly what they wanted. I do feel like they planned this out. This person's going after what they want. What they want is you. And that's going to surprise you, like I said, because I feel like it's been a long time coming. I feel like there's so much physical tension between the two of you. You could slice it with a knife. It's that much. Like the elephant in the room is, I was going to say sexy elephant, but I don't know how that's sexy. But anyway, I just feel like the tension between the two of you was just so thick. But like I said, going for it and going all in. I mean, with the Knight of Wands, this person's going after what they want. And with that Queen of Wands, that Aries, Leo energy, very hot. Very hot. But I should say however, but sounds like I'm going to say something bad. However, that is just the tip of the iceberg with this connection. I feel like neither one of you saw past the physical. You didn't see what else was here. You didn't see what was right in front of you. And I feel like this just opens the door to so many other things. I feel like this connection is just the first step in many steps to come. With this connection, we have, not only is this new love, but it's a deep, deep love. Full of temptation, full of, passion and drive and emotion. It's not, I don't see this as a physical connection. I feel like I said, the intensity with this connection is so overwhelming that it may make it hard to see the rest, but we're going to see the rest. This is just the tip of the iceberg, like I said. I feel like this person coming to you, very direct. Once they make the decision to come to you, it's going to be very direct, very honest. Very straight to the point. No, like I said, no room for misinterpretations. And very quickly, just being on the same page, just feeling like you're on the same page. Like, what this makes me feel like is, when you're in a relationship and you're into someone, or when you're not in a relationship and there's someone that you're into, and then you find that they're into you, and then it starts going, it starts heating up, and all of a sudden you realize either they're not into moving forward, they just wanted something from you, they just want your cookies, and then it all kind of falls apart, or maybe you don't want more and they want more. Like, what I see with this is just being on the same page. I feel like you both want this, and I feel like you're both discovering each other. The seed has been planted. We have the Empress, that Libra energy. I feel like there's been a seed planted here, and it's a seed that, I always say with the Seven of Pentacles, I always think of it as being on the same page, but also working together. It's like a farmer. You plant the seed and you work to get the best possible outcome. And that's what I see, is I see two people working together very seamlessly, being on the same page. I see a lot of big changes. Like I said, a lot of new doors opening up. Not just a new lover, but I feel like there's so much more to this. Like I said, this opens up a whole can of worms in a good way, and I don't know how worms could be in a good way, but you feel me, right? I see a lot of big changes. I see a lot of forward movement. This just opens up so many new things for both of you. New experiences, fulfilling dreams and fantasies, and I don't see this ever getting bored or getting boring. I see fulfillment. I see emotional fulfillment. I see filling up your cups, giving the things that you desire. Like I said, I feel like you're going to fill each other's cups up. This is not one of those situations where you're more into them than they are into you, or they're more into you than you are into them. I feel like you're just on the same page. And I only see this moving forward. We have the King of Cups. Some strong emotional connection building between the two of you. This is where it started, but this is not where it's going to end. You know, the physical is where it started, but like I said, I see a lot of happiness and fulfillment and abundance, and that reaches far more than the scope of just a sexual tension. Not to say the sex won't be good, because I feel like what I'm seeing here is it will be real good. Again, filling up all your cups. You know, I just feel like as though, like, as you're, you know, watching this person, and they're watching you. I mean, I feel like it's finally that moment. You know, it's like those old movies when what was it, Meet Joe Black? He's staring at her, and as she's walking away, and then he looks away, and she looks at him, and then she looks away, and he looks at her, like, and you're just waiting for that moment when they both look at the same time. That's what I feel like with this. You're both looking at the same time, and a spark starts a hell of a bonfire. You know, it goes from zero to everything, real quick. But I feel like you're in for one hell of a ride with this person, and that, I mean that in the best possible way. Like I said, there's been a seed planted here, and I feel like you're both on the same page. You know, and as we move forward, I don't feel like the physical is fizzling out at all. I feel like it keeps going and going and going, but we start adding more things to it. It's almost like I was gonna compare it to, you know, when you roll a snowball down a hill and it keeps getting bigger, it keeps collecting more and more and more, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what I see with this. It just keeps getting bigger. You know, like I said, I mean, there's this soulmate energy here. You know, I don't know why I got this idea in my head, but it keeps coming out as this is your last ex. Or you've had your last ex. That didn't come out right. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel a lot of fulfillment. Like, this person really fulfills your needs and wants. And that's something that's really hard to find. You know, anyway, we'll finish that in a second. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, definitely a lot of fire. I wouldn't be surprised if the person is a fire sign, or at least heavy in fire in their chart. We also have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I mean, we have some Scorpio and some Pisces as well. We got some Taurus too. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles, Taurus energy. It's just like one of those things where just when you think it can't get any better, like you feel like you've hit the pinnacle. You know this person, you know, they can't surprise you anymore. Bam, they surprise you again. You know, just when you think you got it all figured out, you find another door. It's one of those things where just like it's like I said, it just, it's like you're being sucked together, and it's real nice in that area. I mean, I actually have a couple friends that they worked together, and they were into each other for so long. And I remember my friend, he really didn't want to hit on her. Like, he wanted to make the move. Like, he was always, and it was that type of situation. Like, he was always talking about her. He was into her. He didn't even date anybody else, because he said, this is the girl of my dreams. And I'm like, well, go talk to her. He's like, no, I can't talk to her. And I was like, why can't you talk to her? And he's like, because if I talk to her and she's not into me, that crushes all my dreams. And not only that, if I hit on her and she's not into me, I have to leave this job, and I like this job. So it went on for a while until one day I was in the cafeteria and I walked by her friend and her sitting down, and her friend called me over, and I was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "What's your friend's deal?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Is he in a relationship or anything like that?" I was like, "No, not really." And it was kind of I wasn't proud of it in the moment, but it slipped out. I said, "He's kind of into your friend." And she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, she's been into him since he started working here. And her friend was really shy. She went like red. And he's really shy. So two shy people being into each other, that's a whole other mess. But they ended up hooking up, and I think they're on their fourth kid now. That was years and years ago. So, I mean, I don't feel bad. I would have felt bad if she wasn't into him. But I felt, when you're in a conversation, like she was asking about him. So I was thinking, okay, either she's into him or her friend's into him. Hopefully her friend, because that's who he's into, not the one that was asking me. But I felt like this is where it was leading. It kind of felt like high school. I mean, we were only young. I mean, but that's the thing. He was like really shy. And he was over there pining over this girl. I mean, for a while. It went on for a while. And apparently, when they got together and after they got more comfortable with each other, we were all sitting around one day, and she was talking about how she was into him since the day he started working. She was already working there. And he said he's been into her since the first day he was working too, because she was working the front desk when he walked in, and he's seen her, and he said, I didn't think they made women that beautiful. And he goes, that's when I kind of had my eye on her. But over time, I seen how sweet she was, and how friendly, how intelligent. And he was just gathering this information about her, and everything he seemed to uncover, the more he thought she couldn't be perfect, the more perfect things he found. And I don't know if I don't think anybody's perfect, but I think you can be perfect for someone. And I think they're perfect for each other. I mean, if you see them, and the only thing is, I always wonder, who talks when nobody's around? Do you, Leo? Do you talk? No, go. I don't need your company. No. Because they're both very quiet and very shy. They're the type of people where you got to talk to them to get them to talk to you. So I wonder if they even talk when they're alone. I'll have to ask them. I probably won't, but I always wonder that. You ever meet a shy couple? Like, usually you meet a couple and there's a shy one and there's a talkative one, and you figure it works out. But then you meet couples sometimes and you're just like wondering, or two talkative people. How does that work? They ever get tired of each other? See, it works for me and Rose because I'm more talkative than she is. But she can talk when she has something that she wants to talk about. Like when she has something that she's interested in, she'll talk a lot as a Gemini. But me, I'm random as shit. I can always find something to talk about. Anyway, be good. Like I said, wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Or if you're celebrating winter solstice, I don't know how you say that. Do you say Happy Winter Solstice? Or whatever you share, whatever you celebrate. I just hope you share it with the people that you matter to, and the people that matter to you. Like I said, be good, take care, stay safe.